The Pokemon franchise is one that I got into very recently, but oh man do I love it. I said in a previous episode that Mario was my second favorite franchise of all time, but I lied. I actually had not been introduced to Pokemon at that time, and I've since changed my opinions. In fact, I love Pokemon about as much as I love Zelda, and for me, that's almost impossible. So anyway, today's episode is my top 10 Pokemon. Now these aren't the best Pokemon stat-wise, more so just my personal favorite. And yes, in case you're wondering, I am only including Generation 1 Pokemon. Sorry to you X and Y fans, but I just really can't deal with the Snubbles and the Skitties. I just can't. Number 10. Bulbasaur. I know a lot of people say that Bulbasaur is the lamest of the Gen 1 starters, and this might be true, but let's be real here. Look at how cute this guy is. And he is the very first Pokemon in the Pokedex, and for a lot of us, he was our very first Pokemon, so I think he deserves a spot on this list. Bulbasaur, everybody. Number 9. Squirtle. Squirtle is a cute turtle, and who doesn't love a cute turtle? Like Bulbasaur, Squirtle was the very first Pokemon for a lot of us. Not to mention that his final evolved form of Blastoise can punch a hole through steel with his pressurized water cannons. That's pretty awesome. And deadly. But still awesome. Number 8. Alakazam. Alakazam is incredible. He has an IQ of 5,000. He's so smart he can't even hold his head up without his psycho-telekinetic powers. And have you seen this guy in the anime? He is a beast. He also looks pretty cool. Not as cool as Kadabra, but still pretty cool. Number 7. Moltres. I know what you're saying. Man, Zapdos and Articuno are way better than Moltres. I know Zapdos has slightly better stats and Articuno is slightly prettier, but I don't care. Moltres looks cool, and since I'm Team Valor in Pokemon Go, I'm gonna stay true to my team, so there! Number 6. Pikachu. Sure, Pikachu is overrated, I know. But who cares? This Pokemon is adorable! How can you watch the anime show and not fall in love with Pikachu and his relationship with Ash? He might not be the strongest Pokemon ever, but he is the most famous. He's even on my pajamas! Number 5. Ninetales. This Pokemon isn't typically ever this high on the top Pokemon list, but just look at how majestic this Pokemon is! Ninetales can live for up to 1,000 years. That's crazy! But don't pull his tails or you'll get cursed for life! Number 4. Dragonite. Dragonite can circle the globe in 16 hours. That's insane. I don't know how it's physically possible with wings that small, but hey, anything can happen with Pokemon. Its first evolution, Dratini, is also adorable and something I want in Pokemon Go. Seriously, I've hatched 4 10-kilometer eggs and gotten Hitmonchan, Chansey, Snorlax, and Electabuzz, but just give me your Dratini. Please. Number 3. Mewtwo. How could you have a top Pokemon list and not include Mewtwo?
Mewtwo.
If you thought Alakazam was overpowered, think again. Mewtwo is arguably the strongest Pokemon in Gen 1. And he can talk.
You humans are a dangerous species. You brought me into your world with no purpose but to be your slave. But now I have my own purpose. My storm will create my own world by destroying yours.
Number 2. Mew. Now, I know Mew isn't as powerful as Mewtwo, but he is a lot cooler. I mean, Mew's DNA is in every Pokemon ever. He can learn any move. Also, Mew was originally a prank in Pokemon Red and Green, so that's pretty awesome. And let's be real, he is a lot cuter than Mewtwo. So that's why Mew is my number 2 pick. Alright guys, are you ready for my number 1 pick? There's only one Pokemon that tops Mew, and it is Magikarp! But seriously guys, If you can guess by the silhouette, my favorite Pokemon is Charizard. Now I know what you're probably saying. Firebolt the Gamer, Charizard is so overrated. Well, who cares? Charizard deserves to be overrated. What more could you want in a Pokemon? Something you should know about me? I'm definitely a fire Pokemon guy. Of course, I'm Team Valor, so it's kinda obvious, but even before I liked Pokemon, I really liked to be Charizard in Smash Bros. Because he's just so cool. He was also the Pokemon with the most character development in the anime. And, to top it off, this Pokemon will always be the most special Pokemon ever to me because, after all, it wasn't Bulbasaur, it wasn't Squirtle that got me into Pokemon, it was Charmander. I rest my case.
Charizard, Richard!
Well guys, thanks so much for watching my video on the top 10 favorite Pokemon. As always, make sure to let me know what your favorite Pokemon are in the comments, and also make sure to check out my other videos. Well, that's pretty much all the time we have for today, and oh my gosh, nearby Dragonite!